Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks once again for joining me on my musical journey under the glass moon. All right, so today I have something Band-Maid related that's totally different from what we normally do on the channel here. And this popped up on my feed the other day and looked interesting, so I kind of figured I'd check it out. The video is called Why Miku from Band-Maid Has Achieved So Much and is by the channel Baka Broadcast. I've reacted to videos like this with other bands, but I don't think I've done anything like this specifically with Band-Maid before. And I know there's other videos like this out there, or at least in a similar context, so that we may take a look at them at some point as well. I don't really know what to expect from this video, but let's get into it. Before we get into the video, however, I want to take a minute, remind everyone about our Patreon page. We have tiers there that start from just $1, and you can get everything from early access to all of my videos, reactions, and drum covers, as well as reactions, behind the scenes, all kinds of other videos over there. Go take a look. It's worth your time just to at least go take a look and see what we have to offer. There's also obviously a free option there as well, but link is in the description. Let's get to the reaction. Link to this videos will be in the description below. All right, about a 13-minute video. Let's get into it.
Why does a Japanese lady who speaks as a pigeon and dresses as a frilly maid make for quite possibly the most engaging front person in rock music history? How does she stand as one of the greatest stage commanding singers of all time when she's not actually the lead singer in her own band? How does she stand alongside the most eye-catching flamboyant guitarists of all time when she's actually not even the lead guitarist in her own band? Is it possible that she could just be something a little bit more altogether? Well, today
definitely
it's Miku's day, and we're gonna find out why on earth Miku from Band-Maid is such an incredibly unique treasure.
All right, let's get into it. I'm here for it.
Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where today I was looking through social media and seeing all of the posts in the community from people talking about today being Miku's day, and it really had me thinking as I looked through the interesting, colourful photographs, all the wonderful memories and moments, and obviously the fact that Band-Maid themselves have been recently releasing official live music videos from the Yokohama Arena performance that I was so glad to attend. It just had me thinking about what a powerhouse Miku is at the centre of this band, not your normal traditional virtuoso, not your normal sort of band front leader personality, but somehow at the core of this wonderful group who so many of us enjoy, and so unmistakably, wonderfully unique. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about what I really think the reasoning behind that is, and what better place to start than with the character and personality that she presents to us so frequently through these live performances. So yes, let's get the obvious.
All right, so we can see over here on the left, we got our little index of what we're going to be talking about. This seems to be like an interesting video. I agree, Miku is not the lead in the band as far as instrumentation goes, but you would be one pressed to say that she's not the leader of the band. She definitely has that stage presence, and I think we're going to hear all about it. This seems to be interesting. Let's get back
This out of the way by saying that Miku is an absolute blast on stage, and this is no better demonstrated than the largely unscripted Omajinai time segments of live shows where Miku simply interacts directly with the audience whilst the rest of the band takes a little bit of a break. Not that the other members won't occasionally try to distract her during these segments, and that can lead to some of the funniest moments, I must admit, but from call and answer games to joking and riffing with the people in the audience, these segments aren't those usual gig pauses we see with many other bands where a bit of small talk awkwardly happens between the various members. No, Omajinai Time is a blast of energy that fans of the band actually look forward to, and often has to be cut short by the rest of Band-Maid stepping in to point out that there are more songs to be played at the shows as well. But I don't think anyone's really doubting that Miku could keep on riffing for hours if she wanted to. So anyway, no doubt Miku has a ton of natural character, and I couldn't continue without also mentioning that this comes through in her never broken persona of claiming to actually be a pigeon. I say claiming, anyway, something which has charmed fans for years. Although there aren't really many visual clues of her apparent avian lineage, it's woven into many inside jokes, such as every sentence ending with the syllable po, as this is the sound that pigeons supposedly make in Japanese onomatopoeia. To understand how such a big personality...
It's been a while since I've heard the word onomatopoeia used in actual sentence. That's impressive. I like it. Nice. I'm enjoying this. Let's get back to it.
Supposedly make in Japanese onomatopoeia. To understand how such a big personality found its place and so comfortably, I think it's worth going a little bit back into her roots and really seeing how she grew this image and grew the musical personality that we have. I mean, after growing up in Kumamoto, Miku spent 3 years working in a maid cafe, as I'm sure many of you know, where she also dabbled with music like singing in the group Lil Kumin. It's worth pointing out that most maid cafes have stages inside the premises where the maids entertain, sing, dance, and basically put on shows for the guest. And therefore, many maids are actually doing this profession, well, partly because they enjoy performing, but also because they're looking to use this as a step onto maybe a career in entertainment. I mean, the whole thing that they're doing whilst they're working there, as well as serving food, is having an act, having a persona, and knowing how to make people, well, happy. But that performance aspect is always very central to what a maid seems to really do and enjoy. And in this environment, it's quite likely that Miku would have found her true Hato self. It's not unusual for maids to add an animal to their persona, but where many may pick a kitten or a bunny or something cute, Miku's choice to align with the pigeon, an animal often considered a pest even in Japan, certainly showed how she wanted to be something standout from the normal maid culture. And this is where the most important aspect of what makes Miku really comes forwards for me. For all the playfully cute behaviour and the silly fun, Miku's a smart, goal-oriented lady who works damn hard to get where she is now. I mean, you can see that she's taken various steps from things that she's seen working. She's seen what entertains people, she's seen what good music is, and she's decided to take aspects of those and put them into something that is unique, that is obviously going to work for people, but at the same time has a character that is completely of its own. And this to me is the sign of someone who's looking at a larger package, who's looking to make something completely special rather than just following on the coattails of others. To put it simply, this takes perspective, business sense, and drive. Apparently, Konami once described Miku as a cute girl, but like a middle-aged man inside. And I can totally see that. For all the outward personality that obviously would have made her a great addition to any maid cafe, it was the creative vision that made her unique and took her to these new places. The choice to form a rock band rather than an idol group, as many maids would normally do. The choice to embrace the pigeon inside rather than a more traditionally cute role. The choice to surround herself with great musicians despite having little instrumental skill herself initially. The choice to make them all wear maid outfits, possibly having seen the recent impact of kawaii and metal starting to combine and grow in the music scene. The choice to hide the maid outfits from Psyche until the last moment when she signed up, knowing that she may be harder to convince otherwise. And yes, the choice to step back and let Psyche take over lead vocals in the first place. I mean, as I think is a fairly well-documented fact now, Miku was the original and only singer in the band at very first, and then Psyche was brought in as a conscious decision because they felt they needed a more strong, identifiable lead singer. And what a great choice she was, but as...
Definitely was a great choice. We do hear Miku do her solos where she sings, and it is awesome. She has a beautiful voice, an amazing voice, but when Psyche is up there and she's singing those songs, it has a totally different persona, a totally different feel to the song. Miku's versions are very, very good. And like we've said before, and like we've talked about before, a little more soft-spoken is the only word I can think of right now, whereas Psyche's voices are more powerful, more impactful, more, in your face type vocals and type presence, whereas Miku is more, traditional, beautiful, sings like a bird, and has that amazing stage presence as well. It's just totally different, and when they blend together, it's amazing.
Strong, identifiable lead singer. And what a great choice she was. But as mentioned, they even had to convince her into being in the band by surprising her last minute with the whole concept of the maid outfits, which I'm so glad she came to love later. But this brings me on to a slightly different topic to give a little bit of perspective. I mean, when you think about why most bands break up, the truth is really that it will be maybe one member encroaching upon another one's job, wanting to take a little bit too much creative control or meddling with something that someone else is doing. A lack of defined roles. Usually when you hear that phrase that a band broke up for creative differences, this is usually what it actually means. However, when we're dealing with the wise old pigeon that is Miku, we seem to be dealing with the exact opposite. Where the worst of musicians are fueled by ego, something that Miku certainly has the personality to carry should she wish, she was instead stepping back and looking at the bigger band picture first. I've heard so many people say, especially after hearing songs like Time, Rockin' Me and Sayonaki Dori, that Miku could easily be the lead singer of the band if she wanted to, and
we were just
that's
saying
probably
that. Yep.
even true. I postulated this myself recently in an episode of Ears to the East, which I'll just quickly interject here now.
What if Psyche never joined Band-Maid?
I personally, I would still really like them. I mean, look, do you know what the best thing is? If Psyche had never joined Band-Maid, we wouldn't know what we were missing, would we? So we'd be good. We'd be like, oh, it's a really cool band, really interesting band with a really good lead singer. Oh, she keeps on getting better so quickly. I don't think you know what? I don't think we would mind, but we would also not mind because we wouldn't know what we had lost. Are you satisfied with my answer?
Yeah, that was good. Well played.
But the truth is, if we had
It's
that
true,
band,
100%.
that band wouldn't have been Band-Maid. Not only would you lose the incredibly and often underratedly fantastic singing skills of Psyche, but Miku would lose a lot of the freedom she has right now. It needs to be perhaps remembered what a brave choice it must have been for Miku to first of all create a band, insist on maid outfits, and then also give over her one proven talent as a singer to find someone better to take that spot, all whilst asking guitarist Konami to help teach her and train her so that she could become a supporting guitarist in her own band. Where some may see this as a chaotic group of people all trying to fall into their correct places and just luckily happening upon a formula that works, I see this as someone choosing to put things in their right places from the get-go, so everyone could best succeed and have their own place in Band-Maid.
And that is so true, because it's like she took the priority of the band. Like, the band is the individual that has the priority, and like no one in this band really has, an ego that sticks out, that they try to push each other around and try to do things, at least not in reality. They may do some funny jokes and they may do some things like that. We see them do in live sessions quite often. But none of it is like, a forceful, like, I'm better than all of you. And that's really a big thing. And especially since, like he just said, Miku stepped back. She could have easily been the lead singer, but she stepped back to find something that was better for the band. And that is a very impressive characteristic to have, especially for a pigeon.
And the end result, if that's even worth questioning after 10 years of success, well, I mean, look at it. They've got a lead singer who's fantastic and elevates everything they do. They've got quite possibly the best rhythm section of any band currently going right now. They have a virtuoso lead guitarist who's also got a modest, sweet personality and writes the majority of their songs for them. And as for Miku, well, she kind of is still the leader. See, the band is her vision. And it works brilliantly. The image was her choice, and it got them noticed. It's her big personality that gives the lead singer and guitarist time to focus on their craft and elevating what they do individually. And it's her continued hard work and lack of complacency that has gradually improved her own skills as a guitarist and singer over the years. To perhaps go back to Konami's earlier example, Miku has got a little bit of both of those sides. She's got the cute personality that also manages to be a creative wonder, but she's also got the hardened businessman underneath it that knows to focus on getting things done and working hard to achieve those goals. Miku's always playing with ideas, right down to the very way she apparently constructs her lyrics from notes and ideas she just jots down and leaves everywhere during tours, which is something most creatives will be familiar with. But at the same time, she has the perspective and drive to see these things through and think about the larger band perspective rather than just making some kind of vain ego project, as many people with her kind of personality perhaps would be more inclined to do. She loves to play with the word forms, metaphors, and all kinds of ideas to make interesting, unique lyrics, but at the same time wants to write songs that will engage with people and really get everyone pumped up and jumping in the audience as well. It's just a beautiful combination of things. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Miku from Band-Maid on this March the 9th. Miku. But still, do you know what? I think that it really boils down to that core thing that she combines so many wonderful aspects of what it means to be a successful musician so well together. She has the personality that makes her fun and likable, but doesn't fall into the trap of being egotistical and making it all about her. She knows how to be creative with music and songs and lyrics and getting the right people who know how to make the right sound, but at the same time, she knows how to treat it like a business, move forwards with ideas that are genuinely going to work. I just hiccuped in my mouth. That hiccup out of pure respect. I couldn't breathe. I was so full of emotion. Look, truth is,
I love the fact that he left that in.
And I
Could have easily edited it out.
It can be lost. I think sometimes the only time we talk about her is just in that sort of excitable, hey, isn't she so funny and so fun? And then most of the time when we're talking about musicianship, obviously we're looking at the more seasoned sides of the bands, you know, things like Misa and Akane and Konami. But the truth is that I think there is a lot to be respected about the whole package and how a band like this, as I've said so many times before, with so many great individual members, needs something to hold it together. And that's what Miku has been. That's also why I think Miku was so wise to have Psyche come on board and take a more central role, to be a rhythm guitarist rather than a lead guitarist, to be a backing singer rather than a lead singer. For me, this all demonstrates someone who crafted the great band we like. It didn't just fall together by mistake. It was created, and it was created by Miku. So yeah, she's a fantastic leader. A little bit of a celebration of our love of Miku today. And let's get on to enjoying a little bit more Band-Maid. So great to see they got more music coming. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Get in the comments as well. I know we could talk about Miku and any of the members a million times more than I have right here. So feel free to share your thoughts as well. And until I hopefully see you in Japan very soon for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao. I don't know why, but when you have no hair, the hat seems to slide up on your head and you end up looking like a Smurf.
Nice. This is a really good video. This is a really good video. All right, let's go ahead and let's talk about this for a minute. All right, so we learned a lot of stuff here. He pretty much emphasized a lot of stuff that we've already discussed. He did it in a very cool way. I enjoyed his video. Make sure you go check out his channel, Baka Broadcast. Give them a like, give them a follow. It looks really interesting. He did a good job with that. Really good job. I enjoyed that a lot, and I agree with almost everything that he says, pretty much everything that he did say. I've always thought that Miku would be an interesting personality to sit down and talk with, because you see her persona in the band when she's out front and when she does that Imagine I section of the performance. And it'd be very interesting to see if she is like that, like her personality is any different, you know, face to face when she's not in character, even though a lot of people seem to think that she always is in character, that this is part of her. So it would be really interesting to experience that firsthand and just sit down and have a conversation, even though I probably wouldn't understand half, if anything, that she was saying. But yeah, I enjoyed this video. Like I said, go check them out. Go check out Baka Broadcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you on the next one. So if you enjoyed this reaction, check out this playlist right here and get more just like it. While you're at it, go ahead, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and then hit that little notification bell so you know whenever I drop a new reaction. With that, I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you the next time the glass moon rises.